are, we are done with closed session. We're now entering open session again at 11:10. Okay, items. We've got the district engineer's report. Anything on that, Al?
Yes, the allocation. Robert, where's Robert?
He's coming.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah,
Wait a minute, let's do Bert first.
Right,
Sorry, I
No,
forgot.
I'm calling.
Right, we're doing subdivision plans first, item 12, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Go ahead, Bert.
Yeah, this is for the Riverview Estates, the Upper Valley,
Okay.
and they were able to comply with all the requirements that we have as far as the replat. So, I recommend.
All right, do I hear a motion? I think Larry made the motion. George, you second that? Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay. Next?
Yeah, the next one is an application for a license for the textile.
Okay.
They are doing a sound wall on the Franklin Canal down by what they call the I-110. Over on Stevens Street.
It's over there by the north-south freeway and Paisano. I guess,
Wow.
right?
That's sound wall, okay. Protect the neighborhood.
Yeah, protect the neighborhood there. We've got some funding to do some projects down in that area, and one of them does involve the Franklin Canal.
Okay.
Mainly it's gonna be just for temporary use of their right of way to install a sound wall on their right of way.
There's no action on this one, it's a temporary construction, they just need to get into our canal to access it.
So, all right.
So it's actually, it's on the boundary line, it's like a fence,
All right.
and they can't get to put it in unless they go into our
Have a
property.
temporary, okay. So it's still an application we need to.
Yeah, and right now the fence is in pretty bad shape, and so it's replacing the entire fence. It's right here at Stevens.
Yeah, I see it.
So, but this is information only because you've already given the general manager authority to issue temporary
Already have.
licenses.
Oh, we have,
We
okay.
just wanted you guys to know about it, since you
Okay.
might drive by there and see it.
Good.
So like, what are they building in our canal?
All right. All right, Bert, go ahead on those MCI Metro. You got a bunch of those. You
Yeah,
handle those
the
together?
MCI doing fiber optic work. A lot of it is subsurface, but they're doing directional drilling, so there shouldn't be any problem for irrigation system.
All right.
So we've got B through
Through G,
B through I.
through 3G, and then you skip to I.
Yeah,
Is that right?
that's correct.
It's mainly all in the Upper Valley, right?
No,
No.
some of them are.
Or some are in the lower?
The Franklin.
Yes.
Montoya.
So, yeah, they're all over the system,
They're all over the
and
place.
also up close to downtown.
And they are all subsurface, are they not?
That is correct, they're all
Okay.
subsurface. on
So
this.
they're basically the same thing, the same company?
They're all directional drilling, 4-inch.
Okay.
We normally on boring, just so you guys understand, when the people bore under our canal, we haven't been allowing that in the water season because of, boring's typically 12, 16, 24 inches. And we've had a couple collapse previously. So, but directional drilling is a small one, like the ditch witch machines that you see, they do it all the time, especially 2-inch or gas stuff. So we'll allow that to occur because
Okay.
if it does collapse,
It's not a big.
it's not a big collapse. You won't even know it collapsed. But they typically, they don't get it over, they bore and they push the pipe right behind it. So that it's not towards the drill.
All right. Do I hear anybody making a motion to approve those applications 31, 48, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, and 59?
I'm going to accept those.
All right, George makes the motion, Larry seconds. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay.
Okay, and 3158 is for Texas Gas Service Company, and this is for a 25-year license on a 2-inch gas line under the Franklin Canal.
Okay, PPE stands for what? Propane? No. What's PPE?
So that's.
Is that the material?
That's the
Yeah.
material.
makes a motion, George second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
First
Aye.
meeting.
Anyone opposed? All right, Bert? Contract.
Yeah, Jake?
The
Or is-
3168 for a contract with Spencer Construction for purchase of non-potable water
Oh,
for dust control.
haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah, this is a request from Spencer. It was through Homeland Security, through Border Patrol. They're fixing up their roads, right?
Yeah,
Their connection.
fixing up the roads in the area down there about the fence.
So it's $3,250 per acre for this with the
Okay. So whatever they.
make the motion.
charge. $10.
All right, so we're gonna charge them by the acre foot or?
By 1,000 gallons.
1,000 gallons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they're gonna use an acre foot, so.
No, I doubt it. All right, all those, let's see it. Chair entertains a motion.
Just about 1 acre foot, that's what they're using.
All right, Larry makes a motion, George seconds, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Same sign in elsewhere, okay. I think,
So we have one more thing under engineering,
okay,
under licensing.
okay,
We have the senior, guess I would call him investigator, inspector,
Code
that keeps
enforcer.
everybody in line out there. We have 2 of them now, that work directly under Bert. We have David Ortega here, that'll give you the report on some of the construction that's going on out in the field. Since he's the one that physically goes out there and inspects it, he and Israel Marin are 2 inspectors out there, but they've been very successful in catching encroachments, and catching construction going out there, and catching people trying to remove our banks, and picking dirt, and doing all kinds of stuff. And so anyway, Bert thought, and Al thought that it would be good for David to come in and give you all the report on the construction, so since he's the one that goes out there and deals with it.
okay,
Absolutely.
got it.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
And David's been with us, how long, David?
Total time now in the district, I've been back now for 12 years, but my total time now, about 20 years
Wow.
in the district.
He did leave us,
For TxDOT.
yeah, went to TxDOT, went to Midland, Odessa, right?
Yes, I worked with the
And
special.
he was a bridge inspector,
I actually built the bridges.
you built the bridge?
Yes, we would
Okay.
work on all the bridges that were hit by the oil field traffic.
Okay.
That's what we would fix.
So he's very knowledgeable about all that, and then we've been sending him to some inspection courses, some
Stormwater.
stormwater,
runoff,
yeah, so
Safety.
he's helped us tremendously.
Thank you, appreciate that. But the main one right now that we're working on is the license 3093. That is the Wandy Branch C over here off of Levelwack Road, Tanks Road. Right now, currently, it is under construction. We're on a tight schedule to try to get it done by May 27th. So on license 3093, as of today, we've got the floor slab prepared for the 6x6 culvert. The walls have been poured as of Monday. Rebar work was continuing on the transition slabs on both the upstream and downstream side of the box. And work on the roof slab will also continue as well. So we've still got some work to do, but we plan on pouring concrete by Friday afternoon again. And so we will have transition slabs prepared, and most likely roof slab poured by probably Tuesday of next week. But we should make our deadline of May 27th.
And this, you remember, this is the one that had the, took us several months to get finalized for because of the community ditch. And that, I think I was there last week, but it was almost completed last week, so I guess
Yes.
that community ditch should be operational.
Yes,
Pretty soon, too.
yes, exactly. I think right now all they're working on, they're lacking a small portion over there by the existing flume over the Mesa Spur drain on that community ditch. But other than that, that's pretty much about 95% complete.
So when do you think you'll first run water in the sea? In the,
Probably the second week, after the water gets here.
okay. Well, we shouldn't have any problem. This one had a really tight schedule because of that delay with the community ditch. So we normally don't allow them to be doing construction this close to the water season. but they've done a great job.
No, yes, we've got a great subcontractor working out there with Bain, so Bain's a great contractor to work with as well. So they're right on schedule. I don't foresee us having any issues. As long as we don't have issues with concrete showing up on there.
The other two, we've already showed you the sites. Dave's gonna watch those, you know, the sound wall that we're putting in.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They're at Stevens Street, so that's a tight schedule too. We thought they'd already have that put in, but it's a pretty straightforward job. But once we get water in there, then they'll have to delay, so if they don't come to the table right away, it's a little hard to get ingress and egress when it's wet.
Yes. And also on that one, there on that right bank, there on the corner of the Franklin Canal, we're also gonna get a gate on there, so now we'll be able to actually maintain that little portion right there. You can see that island.
Yeah.
So right now, because of the way that the existing fence is kind of obstructing that right bank, we're not able to get in there and clean that portion of the canal. So now with that new gate being installed, we'll be able to get in there.
Yeah, they can probably build this part of it in our gate without getting into
Yes.
it, but anyways, we had hoped to get that done before, but we'll work with them to try to get that done even if there's water there, but we won't let it impact the water since really all the construction will be outside of the canal. It's just how they support the columns when they pour the concrete. It's that tilt up, you know, you've seen all the sound walls that are
Yeah.
freeways. So. And then the MCI one, you already saw that one too, dude, but I'll let you explain that. That one is gonna be active during the season. Well, the one that I picked out of all those applications,
Yes.
Upper Valley, but
Thankfully, these pretty much, they're gonna follow the alignment of the sidewalk. So they'll be directly underneath the sidewalk, so pretty much anywhere that they cross on our property will be within the culvert themselves. So we won't be trying to horizontal drill onto any earth portion of the channel. So these should be pretty straightforward, and I think that's why we're gonna go and let them go during the irrigation season, and also because of the size of the pipe that's involved.
yeah, they'll set up where they set up the ditch switch will be quite a ways. I think they're probably doing 500 feet at a time.
Yes, at least, yeah, it's gonna be a long stretch, so yeah, I'm sure they'll set up quite a bit of ways from our.
So they'll be going fairly deep here through this whole thing, and they happen to, as they're going from sidewalk to sidewalk, we're right here in the middle of it.
And they do shoot significantly lower than what's on the plan usually because of the arch involved, so they've got to really dive down deep below our design grade and to be able to come back up within that 500 foot, so I'm sure we'll be okay in the irrigation season.
Then they do it again up here, so, but again, we won't even know what's going on, so. And on top of that, not only is it 4 to 10 feet below the bottom, if they hit the concrete box, you're not worried about it. That's gonna stop.
Yeah, I wouldn't penetrate.
It's not gonna penetrate.
That's all we've got. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Hey, I just thought of one thing engineering wise, when they do that long drilling, you're talking about, they get here, they wanna start going back up, how do they do that?
Well, they got a transmitter, a radio transfer in it that locates it. Sometimes they send a guy, yeah.
Yeah,
change
they
it.
kinda, yeah, exactly, they usually got somebody who follows along with the bit,
Mhm.
and that transmitter just kinda, it gives them a rough estimate as to their depth, and then to what direction they need to go.
Wow.
So then he, in turn, with the radio, will contact the operator and tell him, go slightly left, go slightly right, go up, go down, stuff like that, so that's how they communicate.
Yeah, they follow us.
Yeah,
That's pretty neat.
yeah, no, yeah, it's fun to watch.
Better than it used to be,
Well, usually,
technology.
it's not super accurate, so.
Well,
Yeah.
That's why they go so deep.
Yeah, yeah. That's why they usually try shooting for a little bit deeper than
Yeah,
plan shows.
yeah.
All right, well, thank you, David.
The allocation.
Allocation.
Ready?
Yeah,
Oh, exciting, huh?
you want Pete to give them up first, or you want to?
We'll go ahead and do it. Robert's here.
Robert?
Can you share the screen?
4 foot, Robert, is he back here?
Who's
They
here?
look like 6 inch Robert. Hope it's not 6 inch.
Better not say it's Robert.
No.
I'll-
Don't get him started.
You'll get him started. Okay.
He's ignoring you all.
Go ahead. You're in red or what? You want Robert up? Come on.
No, I can sit there. We've already worked on it. You're okay with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Either one of you two, tell us how much water we're gonna get.
Wow.
A lot? I hope.
waiting for the technology to catch up, it doesn't seem to want to. There it is, it's hidden. So the little bit of water we got in from the snow melt's pretty much over, so I'm skipping all the hydrographs and the charts and the snow and the precipitation and the drought indices. I guess if you guys go, whoever goes to the farmers meeting tomorrow will get to see all that stuff, but in the essence of time for right now, I'll just jump to the bottom line, which is really what you guys want to see and need to know before we go talk to the rest of the farmers. So we did, this is a fairly complicated accounting sheet that we start off at the top up here, working on how much our allocation is. So we made allocation yesterday, we waited as long as we possibly could, so our number is 91,219. We do expect that to go up in July, but not by very much, maybe by 3,000 or 4,000. We hope it goes up more than that, so we can get to a larger number. Then we work with that right now, 75 days. That's, that number controls how much well water we can put into it and how much sewer water, so it adds to it the longer it is. But the longer it is, then it causes other problems, so it's a trade-off, between, is 60 better than 75 or 90? Well, turns out 75 is the best we could get it optimized to where that looks like we can do everything we need to with this water. And that's running the wells pretty hard, pretty full bore, so there's a lot of money in running the wells right now because they're all diesel wells.
Oh, boy.
So we'll watch that. If we get the extra water, we won't run the wells, right? We want to run them if we have to, but they're ready to go, right, Pete?
Yes.
So your initial guess was 75 days of production, is that right?
75 days of deliveries, yeah.
So June, July,
Release.
half along.
Starting June 1st.
June 1st is the day we release water. It won't get down to us till about the 5th and the 6th.
So, yeah. About middle.
But we start by firing up the wells. There's a lot of things that go on to sequence this thing to get it in there. I'll have Robert talk and Pete talk about it. Anyway, so we're getting, more and more concrete lining in, so we went with about 2% higher this year than we had previously, so that helps us a little bit. We think that we can hit that number. The big ones are these in yellow, so we don't have the exact number yet, he won't know, but the best guess we can make, Robert, is that it's,
Well, we're.
there you moved on me. You didn't like sitting next to Danny or something? Good to see you. It's 30,000, right?
Right.
That's what it'll call for their water and farmland. We take care of all the leases and everything else, and above that, where you see the PSB, Lower Valley Water District things, and there's the 2001 contract. And the revenue on that's about $1 million this year, so I'm gonna ask you to make one resolution to allocate 6,887 acre feet under the 2001 contract. And then the other one would be 15 inches for, 15 inches per arable acre. There's a number over to the side that's in yellow too. That's when EPCWID one down, then we start paying for the river losses. So that's again that trick that with how long we run, the longer we run, the more river losses we pay. So it's a trade-off. Right now we estimate that to be about 17,000 is what we have to hold back to pay for those losses to get our water down here. Doing that. The balance, when I do all those calculations, it's never exactly zero, of course. It's going to be, so here we got a little bit of water left over, but these numbers have some air in it. And effectively, daily diversion of Rio Grande Project water down to the bottom is what Robert can expect to get into the American Canal is about 500 CFS.
Okay.
So a lot of calculations, but we've been using this spreadsheet for quite a while, and it seems to be pretty accurate.
Now, out of the line right above that 497 CFS, it says allocation stop date, 7/1, that 7/1's not correct, is it?
That's the allocation charge. That has to do with when we switch over to river.
So that doesn't have anything to do with farmers ordering water.
No, that doesn't have anything to do with that at all. So actually, I'm not sure that one's used. I think it's a catch. It's see, we use, this one's governed by the EPID date below,
It would be more like 7:15.
yeah, which is 7:15 on that one, so, sorry, that looks like that one's not, that number's not even used right now.
But actually, you're hoping that maybe a construction will hit on this. Is that right?
Yeah, we're,
June, July, mid-August.
What I was talking about, maybe we could do another allocation
Oh, I see.
in July.
Okay, yeah, that'd be
so
great.
that stop date at the bottom there, you see, that's the one that's using
Oh, the 8/16, I got it, or 8/19.
the 19.
Okay,
That would be the day we go off, that we're done, what the river runs out on.
okay,
And we go back to return flow.
okay,
So,
all right.
I think so, it's really tight this year, right, Robert? It's
Very.
really tight. That's the best we could do. We were hoping to go to 18, but we just can't get
That's right, if our initial's 15, last year was 12.
there. Well, initial was 12, we went to 18 last year. We may not get to go to 18 this year.
Well, we're going to 15 right now,
Right now.
right, for the initial?
Right.
Or that's your recommendation, and that's, looks like a good number. Okay,
We may need that 3,000 to 4,000 we get in a few months. So, but right now, if we run the wells, we can make it.
okay. So, do I hear a motion to approve the 15-inch allocation?
So moved.
Seconds.
And I need
I made the motion, George said.
Sorry.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And then a motion to allocate under the 2001 contract, 6,887.
Okay, George, you make that motion?
I move to accept
And Larry seconds that motion. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Small trucks.
Yeah, and then, that's the equivalent of that, 15 inches is we can get three small tract irrigations in.
Okay.
But you don't have to make a separate motion on that because that's in,
We don't.
when you did the 15 inches,
It automatically does that?
automatically
Okay.
does it.
Well, I noticed
But-
who mentions the small.
We do need the one for roses for the,
The exact one.
For the.
how much the price is gonna be on the tax exempt deliveries for irrigable land. It's irrigable land, you get a 15-inch allocation, but the price, since they're not taxable, you guys set the price for that. And it's one, well, like you pay 2 fees, you pay the allotment for the land, the tax on the land, and the delivery fee. They just pay 1, which
Yes.
is what, do you know what it?
It's
What was it? last year?
$45.
Yes, $45.
Last year was 45.
Yes, and I think they had already discussed that at another meeting.
The budget meeting that's usually.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
And did we say we were happy with 45?
yes.
So we've already done that.
Well, no, you haven't,
We have to redo it
But
again,
it's
okay.
for-
you didn't do it, that was for budgeting, that's what you estimated it would be,
Okay.
now you
Okay,
actually
so that's
said
the
that.
budget. So that's another motion?
Yes.
Keep it the same as last year.
Tell me
You
what-
just set it at the
$45.
number, $45 per,
Yes.
For taxes, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for tax exempt land.
Okay,
I'm up to accept $45 as of last year, equal to last year.
is it per acre or per acre foot?
Per acre foot.
per acre foot.
Per acre.
Okay, George made the motion.
Second.
Larry seconds. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Notice how many acres fall into this category.
Wait a minute, let me look at this right here.
Quite a few, at least 3.
The one that, the expert is Kathy.
Okay, we've done all
It's
that.
on your report.
Engineer's done.
Well,
Robert, you want to say anything?
irrigable, I have the
On
total
what?
number, but irrigable.
About allocation, that's good with you, right?
Yep.
Okay. And Pete, we got you up. Who's what? We got. Good morning. Good morning.
Give me a second.
Good morning.
Morning.
Is it still morning?
Yes.
Yes.
Barely.
He took it away completely. I made the crack about 5 minutes before that.
I reset it, and now I have no idea how to get a program. It's really easy to reset. All right,
Okay, you want to get started on it?
I don't know how to play, where's the? I can't
Slideshow at the
see.
top.
There it is.
There you go.
Wow.
Okay, I want to start off with, real quick on some of the drains up the valley.
That's a drain?
Yes, sir.
That's enough for Valley Run. That's gonna hard over Valley Run, don't it?
And I'll go through these pretty quick, kind of repetition of everything I show you every month, so. But this is just some of the work that was done here from April to today. And these are the city drains that we call the city drains, so.
That's nice.
And I'll show you some of the obstacles we run
So we
into
got some
down,
animals in there, huh?
yeah, down the valley here. We've actually gotten 3 beaver dams that we've gotten rid of here in the past week.
Where was that?
This was on the waste channel, right by Fellow Favens, between Favens and Tornado.
Oh, wow.
So we're busting these out.
Yeah. Those dang beavers are still there.
And then some of the work that was done on the Franklin Canal, this has been completed already. This is where we were actually removing the berms and kind of reshaping the banks, building up some of our banks. This is right below Yarborough. And so what we're doing is we're pulling dirt and then bringing it down. This is over by the Bowman heading, raising the bank up. We had some work orders on the bank being too low, so we're rebuilding the banks. Kind of what it looks like after we're done. This is up to Franklin by Paisano. This is part of the area that we want to shotcrete. And then some of the work going into the delivery system. Basically the same thing, removing berms and rebuilding the site that's been washed out. And then, of course, our mowing, we have started mowing. We are caught up in Unit 9. Unit 9 has been completed. We are working on Unit 8 right now. We're about 75% completing in Unit 8. Unit 6, we just started this week mowing. And Unit 7 right now, I'm hitting it with just basically herbicide until we get a chance to get to it. Keep in mind that I've only got about 4 mowers running right now because I've got all the other men tied up on the shotcrete. The Madre, this is the one by the Casa Roquillo project. This project has also been completed. This is the outlet. We brought in some riprap. And then that's the box that we were pouring off the last board meeting we had. So here all we needed to do was do the collars on the tie-ins. And there it is completed already.
And that's all funded by the county of El Paso.
Right. This is Love Road. This is where we're at last time we spoke. Here we buried 80 feet of pipe for the city of El Paso. That actually was funded by El Paso Water because they hid the pipe. And then there's another 100 feet that we're gonna do upstream from there that's being paid by Doug Schwartz. He has paid, all he needs to do is come in here and fill out the licenses so we can get started with that. So there'll be approximately 200 feet of buried pipe, and then we're still gonna go back out there and we're gonna shotcrete about 100 feet upstream and downstream from this location. 200 feet upstream and downstream. This is the head wall on the upstream side going in. This is again at Love Road. That's where it is completed. So this has been completed. All I'm waiting for is Mr. Schwartz, so we can go ahead and finish the downstream side. That's the downstream side. So we've already shaped it. We're ready for the pipe. Now we've jumped back to Moon Road. That's I don't know if you remember, but we actually did Moon Road. We actually replaced the road or the crossing under the road, and we kind of walked away from it to go do Love Road because Love Road was more of a hazard. So we walked away from Moon Road. We are back at Moon Road already.
Fresh tire.
Yeah. So we're going in there and also building the head walls, and this is also funded by the city of Socorro. Then we move on to the Riverside. The Riverside, we are pretty much already at the stallings checks. All we need is about 3 more days to complete the floor. And we've done about 5,000 feet, linear feet. We lack about 600 feet. And I'm estimating that it's gonna take us approximately about 6 days to do the downstream side. So yeah, I'm estimating, like Mr. Reyes said, 2 weeks we should be pretty
It
close.
should be done at Stallings, right?
No, we're actually go 600 feet below
Below
stallings.
Stallings.
Yes. This right here is all the way up to stallings. That's the, right there, you can see the
Okay.
structure, that's the stallings checks. This morning, they were pouring the right side, we were lacking about 350 feet. So I was estimating that we should be done with this project, or with this side by noon today. And then we're gonna go back and start the floor. The floor will take us about 3 days, then we'll go back up and do the area where we have to remove the tapanco. That'll take us another day, then we'll start below the stallings, which should take us about another 5 days. So we bought this little device here, it's doing miracles for us, doing wonders. That's just,
Rolling jitterbug?
that's almost like a, yeah, like a jig for floors. So we're not having to do any finish or anything on the floors, so that thing there, it's saved us a lot of time, that's how it looks after we're done with it. So we're still learning a little bit and still trying different things to try to speed up the process. This is the section that we're lacking as of today. This is all we're gonna lack, is about 600 feet. You see those excavators, there's a tapaco right behind there. So all the building of the banks has already been done. We're just going in there and kind of just shaping everything up and making sure that our grades are correct. That's what it looked like as of yesterday.
Very good,
So
Pete.
that's pretty much all I got. You know, I know we got a lot of projects coming up and a lot of grants coming up. You know, with that said, my staff is probably the best, and everybody here in the office couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you. Very good. All right, let's see here, water minister, I think we're done.
No, Robert.
I think Robert
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
just to
Robert.
give you a
Oh, never mind.
little report on,
Come on, 15 inch.
On return flow, Robert.
So much. Right, just because you got your water, you have to run.
Oh, I'm happy. I didn't think I was gonna get any more.
Okay, so far on the return flow, so far this year, we covered, we were right at 15,000 acres compared to last year, 13,000 acres. We're a little ahead of the game, but, so you can say 15,000 so far has called for water, but out of the 15,000, it's close to about 12 that's actually, because some of them have watered twice. They watered back in February that we didn't charge them the 2 inches, but we actually called for water about 12,000 so far, so. And then once we do get the allotment in here, we'll get close to those 30,000 acres. Return flow acres, we've done a pretty good job with them. As of this morning, we got 4,200 acres left for return flow. Out of the 42, there's approximately 2,000 acres left that haven't received no water yet. And then I kind of break them up after the water because a lot of them come back and reorder water. Anybody that has got 5, 10 acres, I put them down to 3 inches. So when they try to reorder water, Art, I put them down as a 10-1. We see a 10-1, it means they ever received one irrigation. And then a farmer that only received 2 inches, like you guys, we make them a 9-1. So if there's possibility to come back and pick you guys up, if you're a 9-1, we'll try to get you another irrigation. You understand?
Yeah, I think
It's crazy the way I do it, but that way it keeps everybody honest. and nobody tries to get the second watering without, because they get caught. So, and then when we come down to the 9-1, so say if I look at it like you two guys have orders, I look at, okay, you received like 80%, Larry received 110%, I'll go with you before I go with Larry. So I give the guy the first crack at it. I got some now, they're just now coming in calling for their 2 inches. I let them come up to the top to receive their water. So that's where it's really going. But we've almost caught up with the return flow, so now we're in the point that if we're in that general area, we're starting to pick up maybe some 9-1 if they're ready. So that's what's going. People are ordering for water for June. We already have like 3,000 acres that are already ordering for June. We don't have no Unit 6 coming in yet, but I imagine they will pretty soon. But the dispatcher is always ready to take anybody's order, so once they call, they're ready to go. The small tracks, I don't know if you all want to schedule, but we do have a schedule that me and the small track coordinators and Chewy, we put it together, and we start the 15th of June, as soon as the water gets here, and we end the end of July, right before, we figured that we're gonna run out of water. And like Al said, it's gonna be a very tight budget. We're gonna have to stay within the mean, like he said, 500 feet. 500 feet, if you really look at it, it sounds like a lot of water, but it's not. But, we're gonna have to work the allotment of water just like we did a return flow. We're gonna have to go into the neighborhoods, and we're here, water, if you're not ready, we're gone, we're gonna have to go somewhere else. One of the problems that we have in Unit 6, there's gonna be a week of no small tracks in the middle of July, George. That there's a possibility, if you don't have a lot of acres, we'll shut it down for a week. It saves a lot of water up there.
In the middle of July.
Yeah, there's 1 week in there that there's no small tracks. I know, but again, George, if they order water in time, like they should order water, Unit 6 gets this habit of ordering water today and wanted it yesterday.
Is there something wrong with that?
Well, it is. Like, so, if the acres are there, like on Friday for Monday, I won't shut it down, because, and that's a good thing, like here, on Monday, on Friday, when we order acres for Friday, for Monday, we already see what's gonna happen. We know where to go with the water. So this year, we're gonna have to be very tight with the water. I'm thinking that if a gentleman comes up and he says he's ready on Monday, and we come up on Monday, and then he says he's not ready, we're gonna have to do something to him, like we can cancel him, or move him for 7 days, and then say, wait 7 days for water. Because, it's gonna be tight, and we wanna make it to the middle of July, or maybe the end of August. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough year any way you look at it. So that's it. Do you all want to schedule your small track schedule, George?
Aren't we giving them out tomorrow? He's got copies right now.
I got copies. If you want some copies,
Yeah, please.
as soon as you all see it, that way we can start giving it, put it in here, and then we can put it online, and we can issue it out tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Kathy's printed a couple thousand for tomorrow's meetings.
We haven't printed them yet. Bert, you want one?
Yes,
Small track schedule?
Sure you want?
I have one, thank you.
thank you.
It won't be long. But that's it for me.
Bad, bad memories.
Well.
That's it.
All right,
Got 4 more weeks of return flow, so.
yeah, I know, all right, I'll be calling you.
I know you will.
Thank you. Robert.
Thanks.
Evidently. I used, okay, anything else? Am I missing something? Or have we done everything? Let me look.
Nothing, Chair?
I don't show anything here. Pardon me?
No, that's just informational.
Yeah.
Information only. Yeah.
I don't know what.
I see nothing else. Did anybody see anything I'm missing?
No, there's no actual action.
No?
All those have to have a final action.
Counselor, I didn't miss anything?
I got it all checked off.
Okay, I do too. All right, in that case, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Oh,
Thank you, everybody. Second.